So Rumble is going public. Rumble is going to become Rumble Inc. It is going public with the ticker symbol CFVI. Strange ticker symbol for Rumble. One would expect something like RUMB or something like that. But actually there's a real easy explanation for why it's going to have the ticker symbol CFVI. And we're going to jump right into it. This is an article from Reclaim the Net. And they say that Rumble, a censorship-free video platform alternative to YouTube, has entered an acquisition deal with Cantor Fitzgerald-sponsored CF Acquisition Corp, number 6 VI, CFVI, hence the ticker symbol that Rumble will have. After the completion of the business combination deal in the second quarter of 2022, the company will be known as Rumble Inc. and will be publicly listed. And here is what the CEO of Rumble had to say, Chris Pavlovski. He said, Rumble is designed to be the rails and independent infrastructure that is immune to cancel culture. We are a movement that does not stifle, censor, or punish creativity and believe everyone benefits from access to a neutral network with diverse ideas and opinions. We are on a mission to restore the internet to its roots by making it free and open once again. The transaction we announced today will provide Rumble with the additional capital necessary to continue to scale our business and carry out our mission. How much capital is Rumble going to get? Well, when all of this deal is approved by shareholders and stockholders and everything goes through, Rumble will have a war chest of around 400 million USD. That is including a fully committed pipe of 100 million at $10 per share, and 300 million of cash held in the trust account of CFVI. So what you have here is now a viable competitor to YouTube and a competitor to YouTube that will have a lot of cash on hand. This is great news for people that are pro free speech, that are against censorship, that are against shadow banning and deplatforming. It positions Rumble to really take on YouTube. They are now fully equipped to take on YouTube. All they have to do are a couple of tweaks to their, to what I believe is their design, figure out ways to help small to medium-sized content creators get noticed, figure out ways to have those content creators get subscribers and get traction. They have to beef up their mobile app. They definitely have to do that, but I believe they have that in the works as well, to beef up their mobile application. Maybe some design stuff on their homepage, very simple stuff. The technology infrastructure that Rumble has is just as good as YouTube's. I mean, their video player is incredible. I mean, they have an absolutely fantastic video player. Their uploading process is very simple, very easy to use. One thing that they need to do is help content creators monetize. That's important because content creators want to do this for a living, and so they need to figure out ways to monetize their content. YouTube, of course, gives their ads, and they leverage that through Google. So they have a very good advertising system, a very developed advertising system that Google leverages to the YouTube channels. So Rumble needs to beef that up as well. But once they do these things, I mean, you're talking about a few moves here and there. Once they do these things, they will be at the same level as YouTube. And when it comes to news content, Rumble has the momentum. Rumble has the momentum when it comes to content that deals with news. YouTube, through all the banning and the deplatforming and the censorship, they really damaged the news vertical of their video platform. Does it matter to YouTube? Many people say YouTube doesn't care. YouTube wanted to get rid of a lot of news creators anyway, and they wanted to just kind of be a platform that hosts mainstream media channels, that caters to the CNNs and the BBCs and the MSNBCs. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but definitely Rumble has the momentum as far as news content goes. And many people may argue, okay, well, Rumble can, be the default video platform for news and news topics and free speech news topics, but it'll never be able to compete with YouTube when it comes to other types of video content like travel, lifestyle, stuff like that. Well, I would say there that you start with one vertical, which is news, and then you start branching out. And the more people you get into one vertical, the more people come for other verticals. And before you know it, all the momentum is behind you. The wind is at your back. And the previous big player in the room, which was YouTube, finds themselves having to scramble to figure out what to do. All Rumble has to do is a couple of tweaks here and there, a couple of stuff to make small to medium-sized content creators get subscribers, get noticed, help them beef up the way content creators monetize their channel. They bought locals about a month ago. That's a super good way for content creators to monetize their channel. And it's something that YouTube doesn't have. Keep in mind that Google and YouTube, they have been trying forever to get some sort of social network under their umbrella. Google, that is. Google has tried. I remember they tried Google Plus. Remember that social network that they tried, Google Plus? It failed. Then they did Google Circles, something like that, and that failed. So Google has been trying for about a decade now to do some sort of social media play, and it has failed time and time again. Well, Rumble has that social media play in locals. It has that news feed that locals delivers to channel operators, and it's a news feed that is in a private type of community. It's also a perfect place to share free speech content and to not fear any type of censorship. And it's a great way for the people who run a channel to provide value-added services to members. Now, YouTube has the membership and super chats and stuff like that, but it's not what Locals gives to Rumble. I mean, Locals gives a full news feed to the channel. I mean, it's, think about like a Facebook news feed just plugged into your video platform. That's what Locals gives it, and it's a community of members. So it's very powerful, very strong addition to Rumble's overall offering to content creators. So anyway, just to sum it up, there is no doubt that Rumble has become a viable competitor to YouTube. And if I was Google and I was watching this video, I would take note. I would not dismiss this, because the momentum is definitely with Rumble at this moment in time. And momentum is important when it comes to social media. Very, very important. Remember, there was a time when you had Friendster. There was a time when you had MySpace. And, those fell apart. I remember a lot of social networks. I remember Bebo, High Five. There used to be a lot of social networks that were the thing, that were the it thing. And over time, a different social network would come and they would knock them down. The same goes for video platforms. There was always one platform that was a little better than the other. And then came YouTube and it kind of knocked them all down. Well, change happens in this space. And when the momentum really goes behind one of your competitors and you start to lose users and you start to lose content creators, then it's a domino effect. So anyway, 400 million is going into the war chest of Rumble. They are positioning themselves in 2022 to take on YouTube, and it is going to be a Rumble. It is going to be an all-out war, an all-out fight to see who is going to be the dominant video platform. At the end of the day, it's great for content creators because, it's always good to have different options and different platforms which you can go to in order to create your content and to engage with your viewers. Anyway, that is the video, guys. Go to the Duran.locals.com. SuperView, Rumble, ODYSEE, and BitChute is where you will find our videos in the Duran shop. 10% off when you use the code REAL NEWS. Take care.